Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly Blanchard with Storytellers. I interview DMs, players, and even people who create tools or platforms for the community. With me today is Mike from Arcane Circle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mike from the aforementioned site and company, ArcaneCircle.games. Hi.
Mike, it is so great to have you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, just the invite alone was such a thrill. I appreciate it.
Of course, we love to meet new people and find out all about them and what services or what it is you offer to the community because you have some intriguing things that I can't wait to get into. However, before we go too much into what it is that, I like to go back in time to when you first started, got involved in the TTRPG community. So when did you get involved in it?
I had a chance to actually sit down and think about this, and I roughly about 15 years ago, I started to really cement my toes in the sand of the TTRPG world. I started with like D&D 5e, and then only recently, I want to say within the last maybe 5 years, I started to expand into other platforms. But yeah, about 15 years maybe.
15 years. So how did you get introduced to it?
It was early YouTube. There was an early YouTube where there was a lot of content creators on the platform. One of which, whom sadly is not really a good. I wouldn't really classify them as a good person. You know, sometimes you don't. Creators spoil. It was a guy named the Spoony One, and he had a podcast-like series called Counter Monkey where he just talked about D&D, and it kind of sparked my interest. And that was sort of the first interaction I had with TTRPGs as a whole, and I kind of held on to that for a while.
And you eventually found a group, I'm assuming.
Somewhat like that. So I was part of the marketing team for newegg.com, which is a fairly large tech company. And one of the head of their studio team at the time, I was doing content with him, and he reached out to me randomly and was like, "Hey, I'm starting up a game." Or no, he was like 3 sessions in, and he was like, "I'm 3 sessions into this game. Would you like to be a part of it?" And I said yes, because I've always had that interaction or that experience from Spoony, and I was like, yeah, I want to give it. I've always wanted to try, absolutely. And so I ended up joining his game, and it lasted for 8 years.
Wow, that's amazing. What did you play?
Oh boy, the poster boy of starts of new players. I played a human champion fighter.
Okay.
I played that for 8 years, and I enjoyed every moment of it.
That's awesome. That's a fantastic story. So, are you more of a player or DM?
Lately, I'm more of a DM. During the pandemic, I ended up taking the role and reins as a GM for my own like little smaller section of friends. And from then, I just started, and that was, I think I'm like 10 years in GMing at this point, a little over. And yeah, I'm a forever GM now. Unfortunate, maybe, I don't know. I enjoy it, so.
Yeah, that's very good. So you said COVID was when you took up the role. Was it because everybody got online and everything like that? So how exactly did you end up as a GM?
I had a lot more time on my hand. It was one of those things where obviously I was still playing in that 8-year-long campaign, and we were doing everything digitally. And with that introduction of digital tools, I was like, well, I could, now that I know the systems, like Roll20 was out there, and we had other platforms to keep our notes organized. I was like, I could do this. I've always been a person to see it done, have it happen once and go, I get it, I understand, I know how to do this. And I ended up writing my own story, and now we're 6 years in.
Wow. Is it a homebrew world? Or what exactly?
Homebrew world. I've been running within this world of Aduna for 6 years. One with a 4-year campaign that is complete.
Wow.
I did a 2-year campaign within the same world during COVID, and this was non-streamed. This was like just me and my friends, and we were doing it for 2 years. And now we're on a third story. I call it campaign 2 because it's the only one that's been streamed. but
Yeah.
we're on a new story, and we're kind of, I think, a year and a half in.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Gotta love those long campaigns.
It's rewarding. I very much love. I sit in the fence of the players form the world, so I
Hmm.
love sitting down with my players and asking about their backgrounds and what character they want to play, and then integrating that into the actual story.
That is fantastic for sure. So, if because you said you're a forever GM, but if you could play again, do you have a character you would want to play?
I actually am a player in a current campaign.
Oh, you
My
are?
week is filled with games. Um,
I know
I
the feeling.
play I play in two campaigns uh,
Hmm.
as a player weekly.
Okay.
One of them is a D&D 5e game run by an amazing GM called Ron Raider,
Hmm.
in which I'm playing a hexborn ranger named Toinrain, who got a very Cajun accent. And I'm also
Okay.
part of a Blades in the Dark campaign.
Interesting. Interesting. So, so you are, so you're not a forever. Technically, well, I guess you're forever. To me, a forever DM means that you never play. So I'm
Oh
glad that you
yeah.
have the chance. I'm glad you have the chance to play for because
I had to
that's
force my way
something.
into the player seat. I'll just say that much. I had to really find a way from, like, I'm tired at night, and I'm like, yep, 8 p.m. I'll play because I want to play.
Okay.
Majority of the time, I'm playing in these two campaigns, and then I run 3 campaigns as a GM in
Uh-huh.
addition to random one shots. So it's kind of why I lean
Oh,
more on the GM side.
yeah, but that's a lot though. That's a lot to keep in your head for sure.
It's yeah, which is why Arcane Circle was sort of born from that concept. I was like, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, so go. So you just told me about, tell me about Arcane Circle. Like, what exactly is it?
Arcane Circle is an all-in-one TTRPG hub that offers a lot of the digital tools that a digital GM and player needs to both find, craft, create, list, and even monetize on their love of the system. We offer a looking for games feature with optional monetization options, campaign wiki, which is currently in its beta form. We
Interesting.
also are working. We actually have the skeleton of our VTT, and we're currently building on that. We have a Discord bot meant for transcriptions, as well
Oh.
as party notifications for
Uh-huh.
like when games go live or when we're about to go off. And we're currently actively building a training module, and we're working with some amazing content creators and
Uh-huh.
GMs to contribute to the training module. So if you've never played before, you can jump to Arcane Circle, and we will teach you.
That is amazing. I see online everywhere people are like, I want to play, I want to play. So this is a fantastic tool for them to get into. So, what exactly inspired this entire Arcane Circle?
Uh, so I run paid games online,
Hmm.
and I want to say about 6, 7 months ago, I had to switch browsers. I got tired of Chrome and I wanted to switch to something else. And in that process, I found that I had to log into like 4 different platforms. And that was just the spark. That was like, it was something in the
Mm.
back of the mind. We're going, man, that's a lot. I got to remember all these passwords. And I started asking questions, like looking up online of like, how come my chosen VTT won't talk to my wiki? And wouldn't it be really cool that I didn't like I have older players because I do play or I do run games online, and
Mhm.
I do have a few older players who are like, I don't know how to use Roll20, or I don't know how to
Oh.
do. And it came to this thing. I was like, man, I wish there was a platform that talked to itself, with all these different features, and had a way to teach people.
Mhm.
Um, and that's kind of where it started to snowball. And eventually, here I am with 3 notebooks in a Figma page, going, okay, it's going to look like this, and it's going to talk this way. And I eventually started to draft up a design, like a draft of the actual site, and I started to go
Uh-huh.
to developers, talking to people.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you had lots of help. Although, or did you manage to do it all by yourself? Like, how did you bring this together? How did you create this?
Well, the beginning parts were definitely myself.
Of
A lot of it,
course.
like the drafting idea, sort of
Hmm.
fixing up how the actual business was going to be run, because um, I do understand, like, when it comes to businesses, there needs to be like a revenue stream. So, and then there's
Yes.
legalese that have to go in there and registering for a company and the whole deal. So that I did all that.
That's
Um,
great.
and then I reached out. I basically, I think all I did was make like a LinkedIn post. Like I made a LinkedIn account, and I was like, does anyone want to develop an app or develop a site? Here's the idea, and I want to find people who like D&D and TTRPGs, and I got a slew of people. So much so that the free version
Uh-huh.
for LinkedIn, they were like, "Stop! You're not, no applications, please." And I ended up finding my CTO, Michael Carmody, who is a wonderful individual. He actually is an indie game developer with his own
Wow.
game currently in demo, and he made one of my criteria to apply for the job, or at
Mhm.
least to be part of this part of Arcane Circle, was to make a character sheet about yourself. And
Oh.
so he ended up making a beautiful character sheet that had all these amazing little tweaks and turns, and I was like, "Yeah, you've got to be it." And since then, he has been like a freight train. He has been
Wow.
hitting every single milestone. We've been building it to where it is right now, which is, I mean, we're offering near 70% of what we want to offer in total. So it's great.
That is amazing. That sounds incredible for real. So, who exactly would benefit from Arcane Circle? Because you mentioned beginners, but I'm sure there's more.
Uh, our main goal was to offer it to those who were barely interested in TTRPGs, like those who just had like a passing interest, like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I've heard about it, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. Uh,
Hmm.
we want to basically inform them, hey, we understand if you want to get into TTRPGs that you have to learn the game, teach your players, coordinate schedules. You have to find some way to digitally showcase your maps and tokens. You have to keep track of your world. And that's already in itself a big ask. And so we
Yeah.
wanted to find those who just had passing interest and be like, we'll give it to you all. We'll give you all of it, and you could start playing today. You can
Hmm.
actually get a game going, and your adventure awaits. It's out there. Um, and we made it in such a way where it attracts those who have a passing interest, as well as newbies who just maybe have put their feet into the water, and experienced GMs who just want something that's simple.
Yeah. Simple is key, especially with something that's
Convenience is hard to
complex.
argue. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So, is this for like any TTRPG game or like Pathfinder, or is it just like limited to D&D?
Right now, we are. It's for all TTRPG systems. Obviously, whenever we do like focused updates or features, D&D definitely takes our attention.
Hmm.
Only because it's the most popular.
Yeah.
I think 80% of the TTRPG community plays D&D.
Hmm.
Um, but I love games like Daggerheart and Blades and Pathfinder. And recently, I played a game system called Deathmatch Island, which was really fun.
Interesting.
So we want to make it easy for indie devs to reach out and work with them and
Hmm.
have their system on the platform, because we do believe that you know D&D is like what, 50 years old now. It's over 50.
Something like
I know
that.
it just turned 50. uh, Eventually that desire to explore is going to be there, and we want to make
Hmm.
sure that we support all the indie developers out there.
That's fantastic. It's a really good way to support the community for sure. So, do you guys like does Arcade Circle also offer like creation, like character sheets or anything? Or is that something
Not
you're going toward?
Not yet.
Not
We
yet.
have me and my CTO and my COO, who I failed to mention before, but she joined in, one Ember Rocamonte. We all came together because we're all GMs,
Hmm.
and we all decided to. We were talking about like all the features we love to have, and character sheets is definitely one of them. It's just a
Hmm.
little further down the line.
That makes sense for sure. So, if a GM wants to host a game on Arcane Circle, how do they go about that?
Oh, it feels sort of fairly standard, like most other sites that
Yeah.
have like a profile thing. You create an account. You connect a Stripe account next because we
Okay.
do handle all payments through Stripe. And then we have a GM dashboard where there's a plethora of different ways to list your games. You can create a game from scratch. You can browse our public templates, like game templates, in which you can then adopt one and then change it up as you see fit. Or you can just create a game from scratch and create a template if you want to relist it for a second game, if you'd like. So we have different ways to get a game going.
So when you say game template, like I'm familiar with like character templates or something like that. Is that what exactly do you mean by game template? Is that like a module or something?
Not necessarily. The idea is, let's say you create a one shot.
Okay.
And that one shot is going to be listed on Sunday. But the thing is, you may want to run this one shot again the next week and again the next week. Well, instead of going through the whole process of typing in the title and typing in the description and adding the image again, you have the option to make a template where you just have to go through this process once. And next time you want to relist it, you can just go, I want to relist this template. And click, done.
That makes a lot of sense. Very convenient. So are these all paid games or is some free?
GMs have the option to set their game as free. It doesn't have to be paid. But yeah, we are opening it. We have opened it to free games as well.
Interesting.
So yeah.
So paid games are something that I haven't been in one yet, but I've been talking to people, who do that. And so I'd like you to tell me more about that. So I know that, tell me, what are the benefits of a paid game over a free game?
Generally, there's an expectation with paid games. I've been in this scenario before where you get a swag item if you go to a convention and it breaks immediately, or you go to a free event and you don't really enjoy yourself, and you get to walk away with this thought process of, well, it was free. You kind of get what you're paid for. Not to say that this overshadows the good times that I've had with free events and free items. For those who run their games for free and do a really good job, I love it for you. You guys are making the industry go round. Absolutely. With paid games, there is an expectation that if you're new, you're being taught the game in a very concise manner, that you're being walked through a grand experience. And in that same vein, if GMs are charging for their games, they're incentivized to provide this experience. So free games, it's more often than not that you're going to have a good experience. And if not, there's always ways to handle that issue.
Interesting. So what would you say to somebody who always offers free, games, but is considering going to paid?
I don't think I'm too out of line. Think about that. I think I'm out of line when I say that maybe most GMs have imposter syndromes. I'm definitely still in that category where you run a game or a session or a campaign and you're like, I hope everyone had a good time. But for those who are wondering if they'd like to switch over to paid games, I'll say this for those who are considering it. If you made your party, everyone at the party mad at your BBG or happy that they saved a town or argued within roleplay about an NPC who was trying to mess up a deal or whatever your scenario was, then you're ready. You were able to invoke emotion. And honestly, that's what players are looking for. They're looking to feel something. Even though players who just like war games, I've met people who are like, D&D is a war game. It's like, no, role play involved. But I get what you're saying. Some people do like that. Those players still feel emotion. When they beat the dragon, they feel great.
Yeah.
So for those who are interested or looking over to switch to paid games, if you can invoke emotion, whatever that may be, you would be ready. Don't let imposter syndrome stop you. You can run a paid game.
So how does Arcane Circle help somebody who is trying to make that transition?
Our training tools, hashtag coming soon. We have that currently in the works. We'll walk you through systems, how they're ran, allow you to feel a bit more comfortable within a platform. Um, our platform is also built so that's easily navigated. Me and my CTO and CEO are always on Discord, and we're chronically online. So we're here to answer questions. We're making it easy for anyone who wants to be a GM, and we're here to help you along that journey. So yeah, we have a Discord with a bunch of amazing GMs and players who would love to help you with NPC creation or offer aid, and we'd love to jump in and offer our own experience.
Help people who have the imposter syndrome and help them get
We
past
all
that.
the funny thing about that is everyone has imposter syndrome when they talk about themselves. But if you
Yes.
come out as a GM and go, I don't know what to do, everyone's going to give you advice. I've seen it happen before.
That's a good thing about the community, though. Very supportive and helpful.
I love our community. Are you kidding? The
Yeah.
TTRPG community is the most like there's so much inclusivity, and everyone here is we just want to have a fun time playing pretend.
I know, right? With the reality we have and everything like that, it's nice to pretend.
I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
I'm not
'Cause we
afraid to
can't.
say this. I'm not afraid to say this, but like you know, mental health is very important, and I have, therapy has been a thing I've experienced. And when I talk about TTRPGs, they're like, that is a form of therapy. You realize that? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I go to therapy and I tell my therapist about D&D. I was like, you should get into DMing because it could help people.
Yeah.
So, but so we still have a little bit of time, and I want to circle back to something before we wrap up because I'm curious about it. Your campaign that you're talking about, you said you stream it, correct?
Yes.
So can you tell me a
Alongside-
bit about the campaign?
Sure. Alongside Arcane Circle, I personally run alongside my wife, and my friends, we run a actual play channel called Arcane Focus D&D. I understand Arcane is in both the actual play
That's
and my
okay.
company. I like the name.
It's your
it- we-
theme.
It's my thing.
Yeah.
So our actual play campaign is called Trials of Ventir. And we're also running a side campaign called Covenant of Chaos right now. Covenant of Chaos is a lot more easy to describe. It is hocus pocus. We made
Okay.
hocus pocus. All of our players are hags, D&D hags who have been thrusted into modern life, and it is fun. It's wacky. It doesn't take itself very seriously, and it's such a thrill to run. Our main campaign, Trials of Ventir, it's very political. There is secret, dealings, business-esque. It deals in a land where there is so much arcane focus, where there are almost incursions of like devilkin and celestials, and it's a homebrew world that I've been working on for a long time. It's very hard to describe. All I'll say is there's a lot of backstabbing, and it's very political.
So you mentioned that your wife is involved. Is she a player in the game?
Yes,
Or is she?
my wife, she is a player in the game.
Mhm.
She also helps me out with social media for Arcane Focus. Um, she she's my biggest fan, which I absolutely love. And I've made her cry multiple times on stream, and I don't apologize for it.
So how is it? Because I play with my husband, and he's going to be running the game, and I'm going to just be an NPC, playing NPCs in that game. So, but what is it like for you? Being a DM with your spouse being the player.
It's great. There are so many moments. So I personally believe that when the way to build suspense is it's not like a jump scare. You do have to leave a little bit of breadcrumbs. And so I'll be on my desk or my computer, and I'll be writing something, or there'll be an image of a monster that I am currently writing about or getting inspiration from. And she'll walk past and she'll go, what is that? No, go, don't worry. Like very calmly, "Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And the thing is, I know that the monster is viewable. I know for a fact that, and I did it on purpose just to shred it. So there's a little bit of a little playful tease and poking that I like to do, but she enjoys it. I ask her at the end of every session, like, "Hey, did you enjoy the session? You all right?" Usually it's a yes. But no, me and my wife, we best friends before we were dating and married. So we bounce off each other very well, especially when it comes to role play.
That's good.
My other players in the party know, obviously, that my wife is here playing, but we're all friends. So we're just one big group of friends. So it works out.
That's good. It's fantastic to see, spouses together playing either as players together or as a DM and player or whatever. It's really great to see for sure.
Yeah.
So, where can everybody find both Arcane Circle and everything that you do?
Oh, yes, internet. You can obviously go to the website, arcanecircle.games. You can sign up right now for an account. It is free. And if you're a GM, you can start making money today. Literally, you could start running games and getting paid for it. In addition to that, you can find us on TikTok, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Those are the 3 platforms we're on at. We do have a YouTube, but nothing's been uploaded to it other than a combined upload between us and a dice maker for a panel we did for Mysticon. But beyond that, those are the 3 platforms you'll be able to find us on.
I really appreciate having you come. It was great to hear about Arcane Circle. It's so fantastic, amazing tool for sure. And of course, your campaign sounds fascinating as well. So.
I appreciate it. And honestly, for those who made it this far, thank you so much. And
Yes.
honestly, this has been an incredible experience. Thank you so much.
Everybody, please go to Mike's channel and everything and follow, subscribe, do all the things. Show support, show love. So thank you everybody for being here. Mike, thank you for agreeing to this interview. I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
Everybody take care. Have a great day.
Hey.